Hello students, all the students of BA Part second year of English Literature are welcome here in the class of English Literature. Myself Divya Kumari Meena, Assistant Professor, Government Girls College, Sikandra. Today we are going to study the poem London. The poem London is written by William Black. William Black is among the Romantic poets who belong to Romantic era. Majorly, the Romantic writers write about nature, but here we see that William Black writes about the society, about the social evils of the society in this poem, London. As the title suggests, the poem London is about the city London, as the writer belongs to London. When he roams in the London city, he notices that every person is in very pathetic situation. Every person is oppressed. They are facing miseries. As William Black was influenced by the ideology of Rousseau, here also he shows his ideology, that he feels that because of the modernization, urbanization, industrialization, the life of a common man has become very critical. Man is in very bad situation. So here is an indirect note when the writer wants to go back to nature, as the urban life is full of evils. So in the very beginning of the poem, the poet says that I wandered through each charted street, near where the charted Thames does flow. The poet describes about the situation of the London city. He sees many miseries of man when he is roaming in the streets of London. The word charted here means it comes for the charter. The charter announced the freedom of man. But man is not free. He is bound with the miseries of life, with the freedom. His life has become painful. It is full of sorrows. The life of the children who are forced to work in the industries, in the chimneys, at the very early age. So he says that in free streets of London, when he roams near the Thames. Thames is the river of London. He sees that the charter announces the freedom, and in the free streets where people are supposed to be free, he roams there. And marks in every face I meet, marks of weakness, marks of wound. And whoever he meets, he realizes that every person is full of pain, full of sorrow, as he sees a kind of weakness, as they are bound with something which has made their life miserable. So there is a kind of weakness and woe on the faces of the people whom he sees during his roam in the free streets of London. In every cry of every man, in every infant's cry of fear, in every voice, in every van, the mind-forced manacles I hear. He says that every man is crying as his life is full of sorrows and pain. Even the infants are those who has arrived recently in this world, and even they are unconscious about everything, but they are also crying with fear. It means even the life of the infant child who are very innocent, but even their lives is also painful. And it says that everybody's voice, it doesn't matter who they are, everybody is crying with fear, with pain, with sorrow, with miseries. In the third stanza, he talks about the children who are forced to do harsh work. They are involved in the harsh work of industries. They are involved to do harsh work of cleaning chimneys. Just because of that, they become ill. Even many child has to face accidents during the work. So the childs are also crying. So he says that how the chimney sweepers cry, every blackening church appalls, and the hapless soldier's sigh runs in blood down palace walls. In this stanza, he talks about the harsh work of the children. He talks about the church. He talks about the palaces. How the chimney sweepers cry. He says that the chimney sweepers are crying as they are very innocent, small children. Even they are forced to do the harsh work of cleaning chimneys. Every blackening church appalls. He says that the walls of the church has turned black. The poem London is full of imageries. When he says that the walls of the church has turned black, it means he wants to convey the idea that corruption has entered even in the religious place. And the hapless soldier's sigh runs in blood down palace walls. And he says that the palaces of the king, where the ruler of country lives, that place has also become full of tyrannies, where the soldiers who are loyal to their king are killed just because of the tyrannies. So the hapless soldiers means the soldiers who are helpless also cry when they are killed in the palaces. But most through midnight streets I hear how the youthful harlot's curse blasts the new born infant's tear and blights with plagues the marriage hears. In the very last word, marriage hears is a oxymoron. The two opposite ideas are put together in the last line, as the marriage is the symbol of happiness and the hears is the symbol of sorrowness. Hears means funeral. So how come it possible that marriage is associated with death, as the marriage is the beginning of a new life and the funeral is the end of a life? But in the last stanza, the poet talk about the prostitutes and he talk about those children whom the prostitutes give birth. He says that the society has become corrupt and therefore women are forced to do such a heinous work, and just because of that result they have to give birth to those infants who have no future in this society. And just because of this occupation of prostitution, it increases the diseases, and because of these diseases people also dies. Therefore he give the imagery of marriage hears. So in the last stanza, he talks about the cries of the prostitutes who are going to give birth to those infants who has no future in this society. So the infants are also crying, and those women are also crying, and the people who are who came in contact with the diseases just because of this occupation are also crying. So in this poem we see that William Black give a kind of viewpoint where every person is crying, is full is crying with fear, with pain, with sufferings, with miseries, what they have to face in their life. So the poem London is very short but very suggestive. Thank you.